93 days until A-level maths paper 1. Pause the video, have a go at this question, and then we'll have a look at it together. A curve has equation 3x squared minus y squared plus xy equals 4. The points P and Q lie on the curve. The gradient of the tangent to the curve is 8/3 at P and Q. Part A, show using implicit differentiation to show that y is equal to 2x at P and Q. Let's start by differentiating each term. So 3x squared, when we differentiate, we bring the power down and drop 1 off the power. So this will be 2 times 3, which is 6. Then knock 1 off the power, 2 minus 1 is just 1. Then for our next term, minus y squared, again bringing this power down, we'll have minus 2y. Knock 1 off the power, 2 minus 1 is just 1. And since we're differentiating with respect to x, we'll also need to multiply this by dy by dx. And that is simply because this term has y instead of an x. Then for our next term, plus xy. To differentiate this, we'll need to use the product rule. The product rule states that if f of x is equal to u times v, then the gradient function of f of x will be equal to u dash v plus u v dash, where the dash just symbolises the gradient function of that term. In this case, u is x and v is y. To find u dash, let's differentiate x. X differentiates to 1. To find v dash, let's differentiate y. If we're differentiating with respect to x, this will differentiate to dy by dx, which means our gradient function will be equal to u dash times v, which is 1 times y, plus u times v dash, well, x times dy by dx will just be x dy by dx. So our next terms will be plus y plus x dy by dx. And this is equal to, when we differentiate 4, this will just differentiate to 0. From here, we're told that the gradient of the tangent at P and Q is 8/3, which means we can replace dy by dx with 8/3. And this will now give us 6x minus 2y times 8/3 will be 16/3y plus y plus 8/3x. And this is all equal to 0. Now collecting our like terms together, 6x plus 8/3 of x is equal to 26/3x. Then collecting our y terms together, minus 16/3y plus 1y is minus 13/3y. From here, we need to rearrange to show that y is equal to 2x. So let's add the 13/3y to both sides. This will give us 26/3x is equal to 13/3y. To get y on its own, let's divide through both sides by 13/3. So this will be 2x is equal to 13/3 divided by 13/3 will cancel out, leaving us with y. Therefore, y is equal to 2x. Well, we have an equation here linking y and x, and we also have an equation here in terms of y and x. In place of y, we can substitute in 2x into the first equation. So this will give us 3x squared minus, in place of y, we have 2x, this is also squared, plus x times y, which